What is this? This is Risen 2. Wait a minute, this game sucks, doesn't it? Right? Well, now I want to pose the question, does this game actually suck? Now, it basically sold nothing, I'm pretty sure. It came out on PC, about 4 or 5 months before the Xbox version came out. This game is, was one of my favourite games of 2012. And you're thinking, what? This game sucks. No, yes, it actually does, but it actually doesn't at the same time. In my opinion, it is actually amazing, sort of. If you take all the flaws, if you go into it knowing it has all these flaws, you're probably going to enjoy the hell out of it. Now, oh dear, I can't remember how to play. I haven't played it, and I played this game about a year ago. It's been about a year. I can't believe how long it's been. Gun, there's your gun right there. Pretty cool. And now, the first few hours I played this game, I was like, I didn't really know what to think about it. But if you keep playing it, you'll know that this game actually gets quite good. Like, seriously. It has a lot of problems. It froze on me about 8 times, so that's a pretty big problem. I have it installed at the moment. It literally takes about 2-3 minutes to install, so I would advise installing. You got to save often, otherwise you will die a lot. So keep that in mind. Return to ship. Yeah, let's return to ship. See, oh god, see what I mean? See what I mean? Look at it. Look at the technical problems. But most of my favourite games have huge problems with them, huge flaws. But that is because, I can look past them. It's time to set a new course.
It's time to set a new course.
Aye, aye, Captain.
I can't remember where on earth the actual. Let's go to there. The graphics are actually quite good, but they're not at the same time. The faces. I mean, I think the graphics are really good, but there's a lot of technical problems with them. Like the first hour, it's basically one of those games where you literally got to figure it out for yourself, because the game doesn't really have that very good of direction. But once you figure out where you've got to go and what you've got to do, it is an amazing journey. One thing that I thought, I'd heard people say is the combat's terrible. Yes, it is, but only for the first few hours, because it's supposed to be terrible. You're supposed to be bad at it. It is really the true sense of an RPG, where you suck at the beginning, you die insanely quickly, but later on you can upgrade your skills. I mean, look, it looks really nice actually, doesn't it? The graphics look pretty nice, pretty colourful. The frame rate's a bit meh. It's not that great. Every time you kill an enemy, the game likes to stutter. So yeah. You'll find the combat actually gets really cool. I mean, when you upgrade your skills, you have to buy them. You have to buy your skills. You have to teach. There's a teacher, and you have to essentially buy lessons, and it'll teach you how to do the move. And the moves get quite, cool. It looks like, and when you've got all your abilities, and when you've got all your sword skills, the combat gets really cool. I mean, it looks like at a movie, because like when you clash swords, up, down, you can parry them, and it'll do this crazy flourish attack. It looks really cool. Now, I haven't played this game in about a year, so can I actually play it? I don't know. Oosh. Dead. Yeah, obviously I'm very high level, because I've beaten the game. The game took me about 26 hours to beat it, Now, I beat games pretty quickly because, I don't know. I mean, I think I did almost... Let's check actually. Did I do every side mission? No, there's quite a few side missions I missed. I don't know actually. No, I didn't do every side mission, but I beat games quickly just because I do. I don't do it on purpose. I'm just quite fast at beating games. Look at that, it's funny. Look at the animations. But the combat actually gets quite technical. How do you play this? I forgot. Now, I believe you can kick it. You hold to block. You kick. You basically gotta wait till his guard is down, and then kick, and it will flip over. So there are some quite cool, you know, attacks and stuff like that. It's a shame I can't really show you at the moment, but maybe if you look up on YouTube and just find sword fighting in Risen 2, you will see that the combat is pretty awesome, and you can get pretty technical with it. Here's the thing. I think the problem with people with the combat, it's an RPG combat. It's not an action. It's not. Here's how I can explain it. You know, Fallout, right? People complain the combat sucks. It doesn't. It's an RPG shooter, not a shooter then an RPG. Borderlands is a shooter then an RPG. Fallout New Vegas is an RPG shooter. In my opinion, the Fallout combat is great because it's an RPG shooter. They've made it so the shooting is RPG. It's not supposed to be good, it's supposed to be an RPG shooter. You know, it's supposed to be like that. You know, but like in Borderlands, it's a shooter first, then an RPG second. So, well, yeah, that's what I've got to say about that. And it's basically with this, it's an RPG first, then it's a fighting later. So the RPG, the combat is RPG combat. It's not action adventure combat. So anyone who, you know, anyone's expecting like it to be amazing combat, it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be RPG combat. So yeah, now the dialogue. I don't know how to put my weapon away. I need to look up the controls. Yeah, the game is quite difficult at first, but once you learn it, it becomes pretty rewarding, and the combat, like I said, the combat is very skillful. It is literally, it's so bad, it's good at some moments. Literally, the first boss fight is awful. It is like one of the worst boss fights I've ever played in my life. All it is you got this spear, and you just keep throwing it, and it keeps like regenerating in your hand, and you keep throwing it, and that's the whole boss fight. The boss fight is so clunky. It's really a hardcore RPG. It's like one of the, if you're not the right level, you'll die in one hit. It is that type of RPG, but because it's that type of RPG, it is so rewarding. What's the controls? Oh dear, I forgot what the controls are. No. Oh no. See, that's the weapon wheel. There are muskets, as you see. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm just gonna get out of here, because I do not want to get killed. There are RPG muskets, so it's LT and RT. It's basically the shooting is surprisingly good. It's like ridiculous. It's like, you know, it's smooth. It doesn't feel clunky. You hold LT and then you press RT to fire. It's not like those RPGs where it's like hold Y to fire and then like do this bollocks, and it's got really awkward like lock-on stuff. This game has like proper shooting, so we can see with this monkey. Come back, monkey. See, and it's an RPG shooter, so basically you see the more you hold LT, the more the red glows. Basically that means the more accurate you're going to be when you shoot. It is an RPG combat. It is RPG shooting. It's like it's the point. You know, it's not one of those games where you go lock up, you know, you LT bang straight away. You have the LT and then you have to like hold it over the enemy and then wait for your character to like zoom in, get lock on and then fire. It's an RPG combat. So, people who say the combat sucks, I don't think they see it from the right angle.
Put that thing away.
I can't remember how to put my weapons away. Put my weapons away.
Yeah.
Alright.
Bugger off out of it.
God damn it. There we go. Now this game is actually a real blast to, you know, wander around, explore, you know, find treasure. As you can see, I got pretty cool pirate stuff. You basically, it's really awesome. The story missions are insanely awesome. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's one where you gotta, if you don't want spoilers, then probably leave. I've already kind of explained why I think the game's good already, so I'm going to talk into a bit spoilers now. There's one where you have to get your boat. You have to steal a boat, a pirate ship, and it's like one of the best things ever because you literally just got to keep running around like 100. You literally just got to keep running around and running in circles so the guards don't like catch up with you. And it's pretty funny. It's pretty bad, but it's also pretty funny. Then you meet this guy. I'm gonna go back on my boat. There's this guy on my boat. There's he. There he is. Jaffa. Basically.
Come with me.
Fuck yes.
See, fuck yes. He basically swears a lot, and it's hilarious, right? Basically, what happens? Spoilers, just in case. You lose your ship. I don't know how you basically what happens is, I think you get kicked off. I can't remember. I haven't played it in a year. But basically, what happens? You come back to your ship, and your ship is gone. It's like gone, and you're like, "Where's our ship gone?" And you find him. And he basically is I don't know what they call him. Like I said, I haven't played it in years. I've literally forgotten everything. We can go to it now. Let's go to it now, I believe. We gotta find it first. But there are loads of him, of his kind, of his race, and it's a little village. And the village is awesome. It's an awesome village.
It's
literally
time to
like the
set a new
nicest
course.
place.
Aye, aye,
It's
Captain.
basically kind of like the Hobbit homes. That's basically what it is. Up there. Trying to find it. Not that I can't be there. Let's go there. I think it might be on here. But basically, you talk to him, and he basically becomes your companion. He is the best character in the game by far. And you find loads of them, loads of his race, and he has a village, and it's awesome. Basically what happens is, he helps you build a raft, and you have the raft, and you just basically swim, you row all the way back to like the homeland, and you find your boat, and it's awesome. Let's see. Is this the place? No, this is the starting area. The graphics, like I said, they have technical problems, but they look really nice. They have this certain style to it that I really like. So, yeah. Like, the story missions are amazing. The dialogue is really funny and really awesome. It's, it's pirate stuff, so obviously it's going to be really funny. Lip syncing is terrible. The voice acting is good. Most RPGs you want to skip the conversations. You won't want to do it in this game. The characters are awesome. She's an awesome character. She's an awesome character. There's... God damn. I remember this. The story missions are so good. You know, like in most RPGs, the story sucks and then the side missions are the best. I think in this game it's opposite. Because the side missions aren't really that great. And they're more fetch quests. Obviously there are some standout side quests. But the story mode is pretty awesome. It's basically just good quest after good quest after good quest. Now, like I said, spoilers. There is a a mission where I can't. Well, I'm gonna spoil it. Her father is a pirate, like a really awesome pirate, and I believe he dies. And then basically you have to go to this ancient temple, and you have to wander around this ancient temple, and there are like mummies everywhere. And then you have to find her dad's ghost, and you find her dad's ghost, and he has a ghost ship. He has a ghost ship. How awesome is that? He has a ghost ship. It's pretty awesome. You go like back in time, like, and then you go like back in time, and then you speak to like loads of ghosts, and it's like crazy. He is. I can't remember who he is. Oh no, I know who he is. I think he's part of an add-on. I got the special edition. I got it for like £20, so like really cheap. You know, brand new with both the add-ons. The add-ons are about 800 extra points each. Cook. The add-ons are shit. They are terrible. One add-on is about 10 minutes. So yeah. And the other add-on claims it's 6 hours long. It's 55 minutes long. I beat it in 55 minutes. So the add-ons are terrible. Don't buy the add-ons. If you bought this game without the add-ons, don't worry. The add-ons are terrible. If you buy the special, don't, you know, if you want to buy this game and you see this, if you see the normal edition and the special edition is a lot more expensive, don't bother. Just get the normal edition. But in my opinion, if you go into this game knowing the flaws, you are probably going to enjoy it. That's why I suggest watch reviews of it. Watch loads of reviews of it. And if you go into it, I know you shouldn't go into it with low expectations, but if you do, you'll love it. It's really a hardcore RPG, a very hardcore RPG. You know, it doesn't hold your hand at all. You die extremely quickly. Some of the boss fights are extremely difficult. You literally have no idea what you're doing. There's voodoo magic, there's guns, muskets. The combat is excellent once you unlock the abilities, which you're supposed to do in an RPG. It's RPG combat. And the dialogue is awesome. The quest, the story mode is excellent. The game's about, you know, probably take you about 30 hours. It's about that long. As you can see, actually, I better show you. So it took me 25 hours and 50 minutes. So it took me about 24 hours to beat. And then the rest is me like finishing some other stuff and doing the add-ons. The add-ons are terrible. The last boss, the bosses, because it's RPG combat, the bosses don't really work that well. But they are still really cool, even if they don't work that well. Like the second, like the last boss is really like the first. Like there's two stages to the last boss. The first part of it is awesome. The second part of it is kind of meh. But, you know, what are you going to do? I mean, look at Fallout New Vegas. Are the bosses any different from the fights of the normal game? No, you're basically just going into that spamming it. But no one cares. People love it. Me too. It's supposed to be like that. It's RPG combat. As you can see, holy shit, awful texture. Like I said, the graphics, in some areas, they look really nice. And you're like, oh my god, what happened? Why does that look good? Ish, and then why does this look terrible? So yeah, it's a bit odd. You know, I'd probably go with the PC version because, you know, it's the PC version. You know, it's designed for PC. But if you don't have a PC, the Xbox version is okay. But like I said, it froze on me 8 times. That's pretty bad. But the game is amazing. It has about 8 areas. Now I heard people say, you know, like it's pretty disappointing because there's no ship combat. You can't move your ship. Yes, that is disappointing. But like I said, I went into it knowing that it didn't have that ship combat, so I wasn't, you know, disappointed because I already knew went into it. And like I said, you shouldn't have to go into it knowing about bad things, but you know, you know what you're gonna do. But like I said, this game is actually bad, but it's not, depending on how you look at it. So that is Risen 2. This might be a new thing I do, maybe, like, you know, is it good? Is it actually good, or is it bad? You know what I mean? Or are people looking at it the wrong way? So, that is Risen 2. It is actually really awesome. It is, like, what you call a proper RPG, in a sense. You know, it has awesome combat, proper RPG combat, where you suck at the beginning and then you start to get awesome moves later on. The actual shooting mechanics are RPG combat. It's proper. It's how it's supposed to be done, and it is pretty awesome. People say the animations look stiff and weird, but I like the animations. I think they look cool. So yeah, you do get to wear pirate clothes, but you don't really get to be a pirate on a ship. That is Risen 2, one of my favourite games of 2012, but probably a really underrated game because people don't go into it with the right mindset.